Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute mini macrame plant hanger. I've been selling this on my Etsy shop probably since the very beginning when I first opened in 2018, and it's always been a bestseller, and I also sell it in a DIY kit. But for this we're going to need a 15cm dowel, need 8 lots of 160cm lengths of cord and 2 lots of around 30 to 40cm lengths of cord. So to get started, I'm taking one of our 160cm pieces and I'm folding it in half and I'm putting it behind the dowel like this, and then we're just going to take those 2 cords and pull it through the loop like that. And that is a lark's head knot. So now I'm just going to attach the rest of the 7 cords in this exact same knot. So now that all 8 cords have been attached, you want to push them over to the side like this, so they're more over towards the left side, and then you have the last cord will be in the middle of your dowel. So we're going to leave out the first 2 cords there, and we're going to take the 3rd cord. So with that 3rd cord, you're going to hold it over the first 2 cords. So you're going to take this 2nd cord here, and you're going to bring it up and over that cord and then behind, and it will go through this loop here just like that, and then you can pull that to the top of your work and repeat it again on the exact same cord. So it goes up, over, behind and then through that loop. And that is a double clove hitch knot. So we're just going to repeat the exact same step on this first cord that's on the right. Okay, so now that this first row is done, we need to attach this cord to the dowel in a lark's head knot, but obviously we can't do it in the normal way, so we're going to do a different method which will look exactly the same as a lark's head knot. So you're going to grab that cord, we're going to take it over the dowel like this, and then we're going to pass it through this loop here like that. And then we're going to take it behind the dowel, up and over, and it's going to go through this loop in there. And then if you pull that tight, and you can pull it up next to the other knots, you'll see it looks exactly the same as a lark's head knot. So it's just a different method of creating a lark's head knot if you can't attach it the normal way. So now we can go ahead and take the next set of cords like this, and what we need to do is make the cord on the right of this set a little bit longer than the cord on the left. And this is because it needs to do the semicircle shape here, and then it also needs to wrap around the dowel just like before as well. We're just going to loosen the knot a little bit and then pull on that right cord to make it slightly longer than the left one. So as you can see, it's about 8 to 10 centimeters longer, and then we're just going to repeat the exact same as before, making the rows of double clove hitch knot and then attaching it to the dowel using that lark's head knot method. So every time you start a new row, you need to remember to make the cord on the right ever so slightly longer. So each time increase it by 1 to 2 centimeters so it has enough length to go around and wrap around the dowel. So there's our next layer done. So again, I'm taking the cord on the right and making it slightly longer than the one on the left, increasing it with every row as I go. So for this row, you'll start to notice that there will be a gap in the middle. So once you have done 3 double clove hitch knots, leave a very small little gap in the middle so you can create that triangle shape. And the shape will increase with every row we do, as there will be less cords to create the knots to fill in the semicircle shape. So we're just going to continue this method until we have used up all the cords. So now the semicircle part of the plant hanger is complete, and you can really see that triangle that we have created with the gaps in the knot. Now it's time to make the part where your plant will sit. So I'm just laying out all the cords so they're laying flat. And then we're going to group them into 4 groups of 4, like so. So we're going to be making a square knot about 10 to 12 centimeters down from the bottom of your semicircle. So I'm going to be taking the 4th cord, so the cord on the right, and I'm going to take it over the middle 2, and then the first cord will go over that one, behind the middle 2, and then it will come up through this loop right here. And that's 1/2 of a square knot, so we're just going to complete the other half. So we're going to take that first cord over the middle 2, behind the 4th, and the 4th will go in front of that one, behind the middle 2 cords, and then through this loop right here. So that is a square knot complete, so you can just pull that to tighten it. I like to just take my time with this, make sure it's nice and neat. So now we can go ahead and create 3 more square knots on all the groups of cords at the same height, like so. And now we can take out the end 2 cords from either side and just leave them out of the way for now. And then we're going to take these 4 cords here from the 2 square knots like this and create 3 square knots about 5 centimeters down from the first row. And now we're just going to take the 4 outer cords and hold it like this. And then we're going to flip them around, so the 2 outer cords will then become the 2 middle cords of our square knot, and make a square knot at the same height. Now if you hold it together like this, you can see where your plant will sit. Now I'm just going to take one of the 40 centimeter length cord and I'm going to turn my plant hanger around, and we're going to create a wrapping knot. I'm going to have this small tail at the top and a loop at the bottom like this. And then we're going to take this longer cord and wrap it around all of our cords fairly tightly. So you can see I've still got this little tail at the top here and the loop at the bottom. So continue this until you have done about 4 or 5 wraps to make it nice and secure, and then take the longer tail part, push it through the loop and just gently hold that in place. And if you pull on the tail at the top, you can see the loop will close and secure that cord in place. So pull it until it's about halfway through your knot, but you don't want to pull it all the way through as it will undo your knot. And then you can just snip off the excess cords from this knot and trim your plant hanger if you want. I like to trim mine until it's about 15 centimeters or so, but I just eyeball it. And then with the last cord, we are going to add it as a hanging cord. So I'm just tying it in a simple double knot, and then normally I would add a dab of glue to it just to make it extra secure. And sort of determine how long you want it to hang. And that is the plant hanger complete. So I really hope you love this plant hanger tutorial, and if you do recreate it, please be sure to tag me on Instagram at LunaCraftsOnline. I'd really love to see it and share it. And if you could subscribe, like or comment, that would really make my day and I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!